want to check out my new washing machine? Well, I finally picked one of these up. It's been on my wish list with Amazon for a little while now. It just came off the truck yesterday. Just unboxed it. I'll show you what we got here. It's a twin tub. This is the washer part. It holds 16 pounds, and this is the spin dryer. So this spins your clothes out completely, and then of course you need to hang them to dry, but I think it's going to be a game changer for living this lifestyle. I think it'd be great for people in vans as long as you have room for it. Yeah, you wouldn't have to go to the laundromat anymore necessarily, unless you want to dry your clothes, of course, but I think this is going to be a game changer for sure. So I've taken measurements. This height of this is approximately 22 inches, so it's under 2 feet. Same with the width. It's about 22, 23 inches wide. And up here, from here to here, it's about 15 inches. If you come around the back, down here is where the cord is kind of just wrapped up for now. But of course you need power. This is completely off the grid, but I do have a generator, or I could finally hook up that inverter that I've had for about 2 or 3 years now. But yeah, I think this will work. I mean, you can do the laundry outside if you really want to on a nice day. So here you've got your drain pipe. This just clips on here like that. It's a gravity type thing, so obviously once you drain your water out of the washer, it's just gonna run down this pipe and either onto the ground if you use environmentally friendly soap, or you know, if you have it somewhere inside, you can always drain it into your black tank, or if you're in an apartment, into your sink drain or your shower drain. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for this little rig. Let me get up here. I'm on the back of the truck. Get on the tailgate here. So first impressions of this thing, I really like the look of it. I think it's super cute. It's super, I don't want to say it's super small, but it's a mini portable washer. It's quite small, which is a good thing for storage. I see a lot of people that have these actually store them in the shower of their RVs. I guess it could also be used for a hamper too. You could just throw your dirty clothes in there until you do them. One thing that I wasn't impressed with are these hoses. These are really thin, really cheap plastic hoses. This is paper thin. But the point of this particular hose is this would go underneath your tap if you're running the water directly into this. The other end would then go here. So then of course your water would run directly down in here and into your washer itself. So we've got the agitator down there. It's really quite a simple little machine. Your wash timer, so you have the options of 0 minutes, 3 minutes, 6, 9, 12, 15. I'm sure anywhere in between as well would work. You have the wash selector, strong, normal, drain. I'm sure you'd use strong if you had super dirty clothes, normal if you're washing anything else, and drain when you're ready to drain your clothes, I would guess. And then we have the spin timer for this side here. And yeah, that has your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to 5 minutes of spin drying. So from what I gather, this here, this actually has a plastic ring. And you can't, the amount of clothes you're going to be able to fit in here, you're not going to be able to fit in here. You're going to have to put maybe half of your load that's in here to spin. But yeah, it's probably suggested to take a few items out and spin them dry first, and then take the rest of your load out and spin that out. So this is kind of for when your wash is done in here, you simply put them in here, put this down on top of the clothes, push it down to kind of get the water drained as much as possible, then close your lid and turn on the spin timer. One thing I did find a little bit strange about this is when I ordered it on Amazon, it was a company called, or the brand at least of this washer was called Giantex. But when it arrived on the box and on the paperwork, manual I should say, It's called Costway. Not a big deal. It looks the exact same as the one I ordered that was supposed to be Giantex, but either way, I'll put the link, the Amazon link, in the description below. Just in case, if at the end of this video you're interested. No affiliation whatsoever. I just thought, hey, if you like how it performs and you're interested in the same kind of deal, you can go ahead and easily just click on the link and buy it. Oh, another thing. So this thing doesn't have wheels. Probably a good thing, because I'm sure when clothes are being spun out, it would probably roll across your floor. But it has these little, kind of like little handles on the side, so it makes it easy to carry. But yeah, I'm excited to try this out. Like I said, I think it's going to be a game changer. I take my laundry elsewhere, obviously, to do it, but now if I really want to, I can just go ahead and do it here, plug it into the generator. But yeah, because the Gypsy Den is totally winterized at the moment, I'm not going to have any water to be able to show you how this thing works here, so let's go somewhere where I can show you how this thing works. And boom, just like that, we've teleported. I've got this thing set up. Obviously, I have it setting up on a counter right now so I can have the drain hose go directly into the sink. I need it to be somewhere close to a plug. It's up a little high sitting on a countertop right now, but I figure this will be a good position for you guys to see at eye level exactly what's going on in here and over here. So first things first, this thing here goes in the garbage. Seriously though, that thing is way too flimsy for me to trust pumping water from here up into that thing. So here we go, got the dollar store bucket. I'm just gonna fill this up with the water from the sink, and I'm just gonna pour it directly into here. Let me get this out of here first. I think what I'm actually gonna do is pour that bucket of water in here with a little bit of laundry soap and just turn this thing on, get it nice and soapy, and then I'm gonna add some clothes to it. Just about there. I don't want to dump this thing over myself, so that's probably good. Well, okay, so this red bucket here is 13 liters, and we're not quite half full, but I'm going to go ahead and put some of that detergent in there and turn it on just to kind of make it a little bit foamy, get the soap moving, and then I'll add some clothes to it and see where we're at. I'm not going to put a lot of soap in here. I don't think this is going to require a whole lot. So we'll go with this first and see how sudsy it gets. All right, cross your fingers for me. Aha. Pretty neat. Alright, I guess it's time to add some stuff to that. Okay, so I only turned that thing on for a couple of minutes, and I can already see that there's just as much soap as there is water. So I probably could have went a little easier on the soap there, but I'm just going to go ahead and put some towels and socks in that thing. I've got about 2 towels, a couple hand towels, some face cloths, and some socks. So we'll see how full this thing gets with those. Towel number 1. Towel number 2. I'm probably going to have to add some water, of course, because I only had this thing, well, less than half full. There, I've got everything added and pushed down. And there's definitely room there for some more water. What would you say? That's probably good for water? Everything fits under the water, under the surface of the water, I should say. Alright, let's fire this thing on. I think I'm going to go with a 6-minute wash. I'm impressed. This thing is pretty neat, I gotta say. Yes, it's a little bit of work, but it's far less work than a bucket and a plunger. Or going to the laundromat. Alright, so my timer is up. It washed for 6 minutes. That's what I had it set to. I think the next thing to do is put this on drain. Yes, there goes all the water. I'm gonna fill this up again just because there's a lot of soap in there. You can kind of see all the suds that are left. Yeah, I put too much in, but you live and you learn. Time to start filling my bucket again, I guess. Alright, I've got this thing all drained out and I just noticed something. This crack. I have no idea if that happened when I was moving this thing or if it was shipped like that. I probably should have looked it over a lot better, but I'm a little concerned because the plastic, it's cracked right up to the lip of this thing. I feel like if it goes any further, that's going to leak water. I guess you know my luck by now, but I'm going to be running around looking for a little blue plastic piece that could have broken off. Otherwise, maybe that thing was shipped to me like this. I'm not really too sure. I should have looked it over better, like I said. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so look at this. Look at how close that crack is to being a leak. Alright, well, I'm pretty disappointed about that little break there, but I kept the box and everything. I might have to reach out to the company and see if they can possibly send me a new one. Anyway, I refilled this with water and now I'm going to go ahead, shut the lid and put the timer back on. Not as long this time. I'll put it on for 3 minutes. Just because I want to get, you know, the remainder of the soap suds off of that. Well, I'm loving this thing so far, minus the crack on the side that I'll have to, you know, figure out maybe with the company. I don't know, maybe they can send me a different one and hope that it's not damaged. But I'm loving it so far. One thing I would recommend is not using very much soap. I didn't use a lot, as you saw, but I'm struggling to get the soap out now because it was just too much. So I'm refilling the bucket again. I'm going to put more water in here, and hopefully when I drain it this time, it's not gonna leave soap residue on all of the towels and socks and face cloths. I want to mention to you guys too that earlier I had said that this thing was 16-pound capacity. That's total, so you can see 9-pound capacity is in the washer part and 7-pound capacity in the spin dryer part. Also, it shows how much power this takes, so 150 watts washing power and 135 watts spinner power. Okay, so I've drained as much of the soap off of there as I can. I mean, I've tried it multiple times. I just put way too much soap in. So we're gonna do one final drain. And now we're going to move some of the items over to this part. We're not going to be able to fit them all in here because this is obviously a lot smaller. Like it said, 7-pound capacity. So we'll move a couple things over here. Okay, I have about 3 hand towels and some face cloths in here. So then you take this ring, place this down inside, and push it down. Pretty much flat. Close this, and we're gonna set the spin timer. Let's spin this out for 3 minutes. Wow. Okay, so note to self, make sure you're supervising this thing or it'll probably jump right off your countertop. That's pretty cool though. You want to make sure too that when you're spinning this, you have this on drain so that as it's spinning out, your water can drain out. Okay, I stand corrected. It's just in the beginning that it wobbles a little bit when it first gets started because it's not moving at all now. All right, the spinner has stopped. Let's check out what this looks like. Wow. So everything's spun out completely. Obviously, it's not going to dry your clothes. It's just a spinner, not... I don't know why they call it a spin dryer. It's not a spin dryer. It doesn't dry. It just spins the water out. But I imagine if I were to hang this up, it would probably be dry in an hour or so. Okay, I just stuck the last of everything in here. It's full to the brim, so let's see how this does. Okay, I've got my disc in here on top. I'm not sure if I actually have it in the right way. Now I'm starting to question. But let's see what happens here. Let's go 3 minutes again. Kind of looks like you're going through a car wash. Right, just like that. The laundry is done. I did notice that the more you put in over here, the more this thing is going to shake and go on because it's quite full. And just like a regular washing machine, if this is unbalanced, it's really going to shake around. So you might have to just make sure things... Oh my goodness, this is almost dry. This spun out so much, it's almost dry. This isn't going to take long at all to dry when you hang it on a rack. That's insane. Okay, so that right there is all the laundry I just did in that little machine. Of course, I have to put it on a rack so that it finishes drying. I would imagine, though, it's not going to take long to dry at all on this rack. It spun out pretty much dry. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. Like I said, I think this is a game changer for sure. I've learned 2 things doing this. 1, make sure you look things over when you first take them out of the box and check them for damage. And 2, I'm not going to need to use a lot of laundry soap in this thing because that little amount I used was obviously way too much. It's not going to take much soap at all for these small loads of laundry in here. So yeah, other than this little issue that we have here, which I'm going to contact the company about, this thing works absolutely amazing, I think. All right, I'm going to leave the Amazon link to this portable washer in the description below if you guys are interested in it or if you want to take a look at it. And I think that's everything. See you guys in the next one. One more little tip, when you're trying to fill this thing with water, make sure that this is not on drain. All my water is going back into the sink.